Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Mag on Espresso Live. Okay, so this week we have a few topics we would like to talk about with you. My name is Chris, and I'm here with Amel.
Hello, welcome everyone.
Amel is the media officer for the VASANOC,
Yes,
and each week, we are updating you on different sports activity happening in Vanuatu or sports update about Vanuatu. So this week's about football. Okay, we are going to talk about the Champions League.
yes,
So there's the semi-final. The semi-final will be happening there's the first match between Real Madrid and sorry, no, it's not Real Madrid, Villarreal and Liverpool.
yes. So the first match will happening on Tuesday night, I think. No, happened. Sorry, Tuesday night for our time frame, and we'll have the game of Real Madrid and Manchester City Thursday morning for us.
So yeah, here it will be at 6 o'clock. So 6 o'clock. Yeah. Bein Sport is not actually streaming the match, but I think you can watch the match on different streaming website on the internet.
Yeah, we're pretty sure you'll be resourceful for that. When it comes to watching sports, people have a lot of imagination, so that should be fine. But yeah, I do hope that the show will be the same as last week because
Yeah,
it
last
was
week it
crazy
was
games.
crazy.
Well, especially one actually. The other one was a little bit more like as we expected.
Yeah, the Real Madrid and Manchester City. This one was very
Yes,
intense.
yeah. It was just pew, 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 pew.
And I'm a Madrid fan, so hopefully they can go through the final.
They didn't win.
No, they didn't win.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a big challenge for them, huh?
Yes. But now, I mean, they have changed the rules of the game also. So we used to have home and away goals, and
Yeah.
this year it has been removed. So
So
I think it creates more intensity in the game. The teams are
I
really
think too.
attacking.
Yes, because
Uh,
before they were just like, oh, we need one goal and we
yes.
score and that's it. We do nothing and we wait and it's boring games. Now they have to play like they have to go for it. So that's gonna be really interesting. So yeah, tell us your pronostic, guys. So what will be this game? And
Uh,
who do you think is gonna win actually?
yes.
Because it's gonna be very tight, I think.
I think yeah, for Liverpool and Villarreal, I think. Well, I think it's set already. Maybe we know
Yeah,
it's going to be Liverpool, but
of course.
Real Madrid and Manchester City. This one. Let us know your prediction. If you have some prediction for Wednesday's game and Thursday's game, let us know in the comments. What are your predictions?
Exactly. And for me, I hope it's gonna be Real Madrid.
Yes.
We all know why. I think I've said it too many times here. Benzema. So yeah, next topic. We're gonna talk also about what's happening here in sports, and also the schools will open yesterday,
Today?
Tuesday.
Yes, yesterday was public holiday. Yes. So there are many schools that opened today, and I think I mean, all the students. It was what 2 months that
Yeah, that they
they
were
didn't
at home.
were at home.
So we feel you guys. Sorry. I am disturbed by some people like that you can see, so it's not like I'm not laughing for nothing, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm just like I'm not laughing about the poor parents who were at home with their children and who had actually to teach them and help them with the
Yes,
homeworks because I think it's really difficult. So that's why we will have later on the show one of the pediatrician who will answer to all of our question about how to keep a kid active and how to adapt sports practice with younger children in particular. I think also like the gym reopened,
Yes,
like
the
for the
gym
sports
also.
centers. So
And I think they have to maintain things,
that's it.
SOP, standard operation,
So
practice.
yeah, they still have to be COVID safe, and they still have to wear the mask. So we know it's difficult, but good luck, guys. Like, maybe you're gonna sweat more and maybe lose more weight. But like this is what, if this is what you're looking for, maybe it's gonna work for you. But yeah, we do hope that sports will be back to normal soon, and we also know that national federation are working on the regulation for each sport. So if you have question regarding this matter, do not hesitate to contact your national federation, and I'm pretty sure that they will have a development officer or just volunteers who work there every day, and they will be able to answer to you and guide you for the best practice with the COVID protocol. And after that,
Yeah,
you have
yes. After that, yeah. So, well, I mean, it's really important for the kids to grow in sports. I mean, you learn
yeah.
discipline, you learn cooperation as well. I think I would like to go through. I think there are different five keys that shows that yeah, it's really important for the kids' development. I mean, firstly, the kid, yeah, they like to play. So with the sports, they are having fun. I mean, you've had some training
Oh,
centers with different federations, or have you?
here in Vanuatu?
Yes.
Yes, they have a lot of school programs. I think this is how they start at a young age, and this is the best way to be with professionals and with trainers and coach who knows how to practice in the best way. Otherwise, again, yeah, they also like if you have pay your license, you might have some different activities on the Wednesday or Saturday. Again, it depends on the sports. So each
Yes.
sports has the moment in the week also where they have their training. So yeah, there is a lot of actually youth programs here, which is really good because this is what you want to see: young
Yes.
people active
And
and playing sports.
yeah, when you start early, you promote also an active lifestyle
Yes,
for the children, so they can really develop their body, their skills, and also their mind. So yeah, they will also learn adversity, so
yeah,
overcome adversity with different sports, different challenges. So you already, I mean, you have different sports. You have to face different sportsmen, and so
true. Yeah, and also yeah, it learns you about teach you about respect, and yeah, I think sports is the best school of life because you learn also frustration and
yes,
you learn how to lose actually because. Even if you like to win, sometimes you're gonna lose, and I think sports is one of the best way to learn this and maybe to control it and grow up and evolve as a human being also.
yeah, and you can also, I mean, the children can learn also time management.
Yeah.
So you have to realize what is important. You have to, how do you say, juggle? No,
Jungle, yes.
no, jongler. Comment tu dis?
Yeah, jungle.
Jongler?
I think
En
yes.
anglais?
No, c'est pas ça.
You have to switch between
Sorry,
sports.
we are two bad English speaker. So, but it's okay. I'm French, so I have an excuse. You, Chris, you don't have an excuse.
Okay, so yeah, you have to, I mean, balance. Yeah, you have to
Yes,
balance
yes.
between schools and sports or your lessons. And it's also teach you teamwork. So it prepares you whenever
Yep.
you start to get a job, and then you can work with different teams, or you can work alone, and also responsibilities,
Yeah.
your different responsibilities in sports and also in your job. If,
That's for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, and here you have all the sports that you need to grow all these aspects of your life. So you just have to pick one and go for it, or even solo if you can afford it, that is great to be able to do also different
Yes, I
sports.
think there's the tennis at Corman.
Yes.
For those who are interested in soccer, in football, there's also the youth league. So it's with the PVFA. They are organizing a championship between different youth teams.
I think
There is also the taekwondo that is happening every, I think, twice a week at Saint Jean d'Arc. So if you are interested, you can also go to Saint Jean d'Arc. It's usually around 4, 5. It's usually around 5.
yeah, and if you're not sure again, don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah.
I think there is judo also. There is so many sports
Yeah,
that
there are
are
different sports for everyone, I think. I
yeah.
mean,
And one of them also is beach volleyball, which gives me the transition actually for our next guest, because beach volleyball also have a lot of youth programs and schools programs. Like they're working a lot with young kids, schools, and also women development and women empowerment. And you will be able to have a look at the interview that we pre-record with Debbie, because she's a very busy woman. She's the president of the National Volleyball Federation of Vanuatu, and she's actually currently working to make the team even travel for qualification games for Olympics and also game preparation for the Pacific Mini Games and Commonwealth Games. So thank you very much, Debbie, for being with us today. For those who don't know you, you're the president of the Volleyball Federation, the National Federation of Vanuatu. And you've been working for the federation, I think, since 2004. That's what you said last time. And you made it grow through the time. And I think we can say that today it's one of the biggest federation of Vanuatu, maybe after football, because they're still very popular. So can you please introduce yourself to the people?
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Debbie Masafaukalo. I'm originally from Darwin in Australia, and I came to Vanuatu in 2004 as an Australian volunteer in working with the Department of Youth and Sports and the Vanuatu Volleyball Federation. Together, we set up a beach volleyball program and first national games in 2007 and first we went to 2008. We went to our first international F5VB event in Australia. And ever since then, the program has been going on and been growing a lot.
Yes, yes, because 2008 was just the beginning, and we can say that now you're on the tracks, and it passed through a lot of wins. One of them were also the gold medal that you won at the Pacific Mini Games on 2017 and Pacific Games on 2019, and also the bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games in 2018. These are great achievements, and it's the result of the work you've done for the last decades, if we can say.
Yes, it hasn't been easy and it's been a team effort. So we have very active and supportive board members and also support from families, also very good support from the community and sponsors and also our National Olympic Committee. So it's been a team effort and we've able to work together well and to come out with some very successful achievements.
That's nice. And you're also able to find new talent with all the school programs, right? Because now you have a young generation of women who's ready to take the relay of Miller. And is it because of these programs?
The after schools program started in 2009 and it's been our platform for youth development. So we start at under 12s and then under 14s, under 16s. and then we have now we have under 18s. So that is our platform, and the younger generation now that you see in the national team, your Masha Bell, Luckwick, your Chantel Willie, your Lottie Joe, they all came through the pathway from the schools program now into the national team. So we thank you very much for Asco Motors, who was sponsoring the program for many years, and now the program is sponsored by Titan FX. So it's a very important program. It reaches into Santo now. We have some courts out in Santo, so they train there before COVID every Fridays, and we're also planned this year to reach out to the Panama province as well, especially in Maivo, where they've communities built a beach volleyball court.
Yeah, yeah, you're very popular in a lot of provinces. Also in Toba, where Miller is from. And if you want to watch the comeback of Miller Pata in Toba, we did a video together, Debbie, 2 years ago during COVID about that. So I encourage people to go and see it. We will give you the link later. So you also mentioned some names like Lottie Jo and Chantal and Cherisine. So they're all going to compete this year with different events. So are you ready for the Pacific Mini Games, which will be one of the event for this year?
Yes, the girls have been training hard. We're so lucky with the International Volleyball Federation, the FIVB, through the coach support grant. We were able to have Steve Anderson. He's a 5-time Olympian coach. Steve also was the coach for the Canadian women's team that won gold at the last Commonwealth Games. So Steve is based here now in Vanuatu. So he's been coaching the girls. And so currently Steve is in Thailand with 2 of the girls, and the other 2 girls are here. But next week they'll all join together, and they will be based on the Gold Coast, getting ready for their 2 big international events and also the World Tour. So as of January this year, the World Tour is very important because you're gaining points for Paris 2024. So Miller and Sheshlin Toko will leave the Gold Coast, and they will go off to some FIVB World Tour events in Italy, Greece, and maybe Jordan. So they will be preparation for the Commonwealth Games. And mini games team's looking great. We've got some 2 young boys as well that are training hard here in Port Vila. So we look forward to having success, not just with the women's this year, but also with the men's program.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because sometimes we can wrongly think that beach volleyball is a sport only for women, but we also have like great men talent here, and we do hope that they're gonna do great for the Pacific Mini Games. So good luck for everyone on their journey, and fingers crossed, and we will all be cheering them for the Pacific Mini Games and also the Commonwealth Games in July. Thank you very much, Debbie, for being with us, and we wish you the best. And we will all be cheering you and cheering the women at the Commonwealth Games.
Thank you. If you're looking for any updates on where we are and what we're doing, please follow our Vanuatu Beach Volleyball Facebook page, and you'll find all the information and links where you need to get some more information about our team and our program. Thank you, everybody.
Great. We will do. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So that was the interview of Debbie Masafaukalo. Again, she's the president of the National Federation of Vanuatu. We thank her for her time and for answering to all of our questions. We wish them the best, and finger crossed for the next events that will come.
So, and then we wanted to dive in more into the youth development. So we have approached Dr. Orelly Thyna, who is a pediatrician here in the Villa Central Hospital. So let's watch what she has to say about sports development. Good day, Dr. Orelly. You are a pediatrician working at the Villa Central Hospital, and you are also involved in health policy. Could you tell us more about your work?
Thank you for the golden opportunity to talk not only about my work, but what I do and my deep passion for child health. Actually, I play the role of head of pediatrics for Vanuatu. As a clinical pediatrician coordinating the functions relating to the child health services governs under the Ministry of Health. We look after the services that the clinicians and the health practitioners and the nurses are providing to children within the country. And we also coordinate with our multilateral partners the support that they are providing for the children in Vanuatu. So that basically sums up my role as the head of pediatrics for Vanuatu.
Okay. With this pandemic spreading in the community, many children have stopped practicing their sports. What would you recommend to the kids who wants to be more active?
Thank you. Sports and child health are equally important. Sports per se helps kids or helps the children of Vanuatu in both their health and their social life. One would say it helps with the cardiovascular activity, helps with the circulation of blood in simple principle. It also helps them to get enough good sleep. It helps them, especially how they coordinate their body, strengthening of the muscles, the ligaments. And if you look at the social aspect of it, it helps them to be a team player. It helps them to be able to interact with other children. It helps them to have fun. I know with this COVID, it makes all this a bit difficult for them, and I always advocate for children because we need platforms so that they can raise their voices. So thank you for this opportunity. I would encourage them to be part of these daily sports activities. We, the carers or the parents, should encourage sports. You don't necessarily need to go out on a playground or field to to enjoy what we call as sports, the outdoor activities. Can be indoors as well. What can we do as caregivers, as parents? We should encourage sports even at our backyard, or go for a walk, or allow them to go out cycling. But yes, I agree. The government is doing what they can, especially with this COVID pandemic, but we should help the children and help the government to be able to achieve this protective measure for COVID, but at the same time allow children to have fun, allow children to enjoy the benefits of sports and exercise, indoors and outdoors. Yes.
So, what sport is it good for the kids, and at what age should they start? And also, how many hours should they practice in a week?
Thank you. Just for public information, when we talk about children or a child, according to the UNCRC that the government of the country signed with UN, we're looking at those under 18. For the health service that we're providing, we sort of narrow it down to 18. But children in Vanuatu under 18, we should encourage them to enjoy the amenities of sports, indoors, outdoors, any sort of sports. There's no right or wrong answers to what sports they should enjoy. It's very respective to the caregiver or the parents, what's accessible out there and what they want their kids to, their child to enjoy. What age should they start? Look, sports, as soon as a child, an infant or a child is able to interact, we can develop sports-related activities, sports that can relate to their age. Even, take them, infant to start walking, take them out for a walk. start throwing balls, and it doesn't necessarily, you have to go and play volley or soccer. It's little that we can do that help them to exercise. It's an interesting topic. There's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot to introduce to help children of Vanuatu, especially when you talk about sports discipline. Yes.
Okay, so this is going towards my last question too. So as a pediatrician in Vanuatu, how do you see the sports practice for children changing through the years?
Wow. Thank you for the question. Some countries are experiencing obesity because, sports is not, how would I word it? Because sports or exercise is not freely encouraged. I have realized now that kids are fond of, just concentrating to TV and mobile phones, and I fear that if we do not encourage in all the platforms, then we might fall into the trend like the Western world. We should continue to encourage sports. We should do what we can do to encourage sports. We have NCD mounting up, that's non-communicable diseases. So please, I cannot stress enough that sports is important. If that is not freely encouraged, then we might increase a reduce in exercise activities / sports as the children grow older or as they go past the child age, and that will increase the burden of NCD in Vanuatu in a nutshell, in a whole, looking at the bigger picture. However, having said that, our culture is very important. It's such that people get to interact, they get to communicate. So it gives a window of sports to be encouraged, and that we should not lose that spirit of interacting, spirit of going out, encouraging exercise, encouraging outdoor activities. And yeah, as it stands now, I fear that we might fall into the trend that the Western world is going. But yet I always believe that you can take a man away from his culture, but you cannot take out the culture from him or her. Hence, outdoor activity is one of the things that Vanuatu is fond of. We get to do a lot of, and we should continue to encourage, and it must always be encouraged, so that we'll enjoy the health benefits to it. Yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Orelly. We are also looking for a collaboration to write some article in the Espresso Magazine. So.
Thank you very much. Feel free to liaise, communicate with the department, and we will provide the support to make sure the children have access to information that they need to live a healthy life. And don't forget, healthy children, healthy Vanuatu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so this was the interview with Dr. Orelly. This year we will talk about mainly the youth in sports. So she will maybe come back again on different topics to talk about sports in youth development. Okay, so this was I think it's the end. Hopefully Real Madrid qualifies.
Finger crossed. Otherwise, I'll be devastated.
And yes, and I think also good luck to you and the VASANOC team for the preparation to send all the athletes to.
Yes.
And wish you luck, you and Jules.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.